What's up, guys? This song is called Don't Worry, Be Happy. It's by Bobby McFerrin, and it's a super fun song. It's easy to learn, and I think this song is going to help you with your English a lot. So let's get started on the first verse.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note.
Now, Bobby has kind of a unique accent, so I'm going to repeat each line word for word, and then I'm going to repeat it again at normal speed. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Now, pay attention to the way I pronounce all the words that ends with T. Wrote, might, want, it, note, note. I really don't even pronounce the T at the end of the words. And it's the same with the G at the end of song and sing. Now, let's talk a little bit about the phrase little song. This song is almost 5 minutes long, so it's not little. What Bobby is saying here is that this is not the greatest song in the whole world. It's not really that important. It's just a little song. And then he says, sing it note for note. Now, that just means you're going to sing it one note at a time. And this is comparable to the phrase word for word. And word for word just means you're going to speak one word at a time.
Don't worry, be happy.
Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. This is the chorus. And it's two simple commands. Don't worry, be happy. This is two things he's telling you to do. And there's really not a whole lot more I can say about this, so let's move on to the next verse.
In every life we have some trouble. When you worry, you make it double.
In every life we have some trouble. But when you worry, you make it double. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Trouble just means problems or some bad things that might happen to you, and double means times two. So he's saying everybody has problems, but when you worry, you make it even worse. In fact, you make it 2 times as bad.
Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed.
Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Now, this is a very incorrect sentence in the English language. Your English teacher might have a heart attack if she heard you say this sentence. But people do talk like this, so it's not wrong. And what he's saying is, you don't have any place to lay your head. He didn't include the subject in this sentence, and he didn't have to. We know that the subject is supposed to be you because he says the word your later in the sentence. Ain't is a slang word for don't. Got means have. And since ain't is already a negation, we now have a double negative. So the no should be any. So what he's really saying is, you don't have any place to lay your head. And that just means you don't have a place to sleep. And then he says, somebody came and took your bed. And that is a little bit of a silly sentence because it sounds like there was a thief that came and stole your bed. So I don't understand, but that's what he says.
The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate.
The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Now, the most important thing I want to say about this sentence is that word say, because that would drive your English teacher crazy if she heard you say that, and it really bothers me too. But first, I want to talk about the word landlord. The landlord is the person that owns your apartment or your house, and you have to pay him in order to live there. In other words, you rent your apartment or house from him. Now, normally rent is used as a verb, but in this case, rent is a noun. And it means the money that you pay to your landlord in order for him to let you live at his house. Now let's get back to that word say, because the landlord is the subject of this sentence, so we should be using a third-person verb. Now in English, third-person verbs almost always end with an S, so instead of say, this should be says. Now, there are English speakers who talk like this, so I don't want to say it's wrong, but it's not real common and I don't recommend you talk like this. So, when you're listening to this song and you hear this line, just remember to yourself that it should be says and not say. Now, when he says that the rent is late, all he means is that you were supposed to pay the rent already, but you didn't. So now it's late. And don't worry too much about the word litigate. This is not a common word. Basically, it means that the landlord might have to sue you because the rent is late. But again, it's fine if you don't know what that word means. Now, I want to keep these videos nice and short. So I'm going to stop here and have this be the end of part 1. But I will be making more parts that cover the other verses in this song. In the meantime, keep listening to this song and keep practicing your English. I'll see you guys later.